Hello, on the Daily Family. Welcome back to the show. In this episode, I am reporting to you live from Palm Springs, California, where I am about to attend Stagecoach Country Music Festival, which is basically Coachella, but for country music. And I had an epiphany today that just really needs to be shared. And that is this idea of I'm going to tell you about a story about walking through a dark tunnel. And so if you feel like you are a little bit stuck right now, if you're feeling like you know that there's something big out there for you, but maybe you just can't quite put your finger on it, you just can't quite figure out what it is, this episode's for you. So listen in.
Hey friend, welcome to On the Daily. I'm your host, Danielle McCleary, and I am a quantum business coach. I'm the host of this podcast. I'm a multi-six-figure entrepreneur, co-founder and president of Hype You Media, and CEO of Danielle on the Daily Coaching. What I'm really interested in is helping you live a life and have a business that is a full body yes. So through all of my education and all of my experience, I'm bringing you 2 episodes a week where I will guide you and give you the tools necessary to scale a massive, sustainable, and sexy business using your intuition, wealth energetics, and human design. What we can call it is business biohacking. So if you're down for that, then I say let's frickin' go. I'm so glad you're here.
I am so excited. Break the Matrix starts tomorrow. This program I've been launching for what feels like 19,000 years, but in reality, it's only been a couple of months, but we are officially here and we are starting. There is currently a 12-month payment plan running, which will expire when the cart closes on May 6th, which means basically you can get this program for as little as like $333 a month. And it's beyond worth it. It's beyond insane that we are offering this. But I just had this moment a couple weeks ago where I just want more people in this program. I just want you to uncover and find yourself buried underneath all the crap that you put it on top of yourself that has made you believe that you're not good enough. That's made you believe that your life is dictated for you, that all your decisions are dictated for you. That's why I created this program. And so until the cart closes next week, you can get it for low payments of $333 for 12 months, which will give you access to the entire program. Nothing changes. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and click the link in our show notes, or you can come chat with me on Instagram, Danielle_on-the-daily, and I will send over a link to you. Okay, so I need to paint a picture for you. Talk about breaking the matrix. I am literally on a vacation right now. By the time you're hearing this, I'll already be home, but recording this, I am on a vacation. That is my thing. My wife and I do every single year. We go to Stagecoach, but because I've built a business that makes more money the more fun I have, and because my entire brand is built around doing the things you want to do and having fun while doing it, and my business is built around that concept, I get to write off things like Stagecoach against my business. I get to write off the entire trip because I am currently working. I am taking content. We're doing marketing things. It's a whole business thing. But it's just wild to me that this is my life. And I was sitting in our hotel room last night, and I was eating a burrito. I was jamming on the bed. I had no one to report to. I had nothing to do today. The only thing I was really worried about in that moment last night was where I was going to go to yoga in the morning and what time I was going to go to yoga. And I realized I actually posted that on Instagram, and somebody commented something about well, if this isn't a pyramid scheme, I don't know what is, or whatever was said. And normally I don't engage in those kind of comments because I'm just oh, wow, the projection is real. But obviously this person is not happy. Obviously this person is slaving away at the grind and sees someone thriving, and their ego tells them immediately that they must be doing something illegal, or it's not legit, or it's not real, or whatever. And I get it because honestly, my ego used to say the same shit to me. So I was just going to leave it. And then I clicked on this person's profile, and they were in college, and all of their majors are listed and where they go to school and all the things. And I was oh man, okay. okay. And I think what got me is this person is a theater and dance major or a theater and dance minor, but I was a theater and dance major and I got a master's in it. And so I think it just like hit a soft spot with me where I was like, oh my gosh, like, let me help you. And so I engaged, but normally I wouldn't engage in comments, but this one I just felt like I had to. And I just had this moment where I was like, wow, like, how conditioned have we become, right? And like, this poor human is in college, right? Like, they're not even graduated yet, and they've already conditioned themselves with the belief that in order to have a successful and thriving life, you have to work hard, and that entrepreneurship is not real, and that making a lot of money is not real, and that doing the things you want to do with your life and getting paid for it is not real. Like, this person was so conditioned already, not even graduated college yet, and already so conditioned. And it just kind of made me sad, but it also was like, well, this is because like this is what we're taught. We're taught to be on the hamster wheel. We're taught to like just follow the status quo. We're taught to just be okay with what we're given. And I'm just like not really available for that. I never have been. Like, I literally woke up one day and I was like, don't think that's for me. Unsubscribe. And I unsubscribed from it. And no, it wasn't easy. And like, yes, it meant like putting a lot of faith in the universe, a lot of faith in God, a lot of faith in like myself. Oh my gosh. Like, I had to learn to trust myself more than I trusted anything else. And that is not easy. That is a very challenging thing to do. But I knew that it was possible because like I saw people doing it, and I just had a moment where I just said, like, I need to chase my passions. I need to find a way to turn everything I love into a way to make money. And I need to find a way to turn like my lifestyle into a business. And it included me like breaking the matrix, like all the matrices, like all of the things society tells us about how we should be and what we should be doing and what happens if you don't. Like, I had to really break up with that. And so I did. And no, it wasn't easy. And no, it wasn't like a cakewalk. And like, yes, there were a lot of like, there still are moments of like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like where you just kind of start to question everything. But the way I look at it is, I mean, maybe this is you right now. Maybe you are in a tunnel, right? You feel like you're in a tunnel. It's dark. You don't know where to go. You don't know where to step. You just want out of this tunnel. And so what you do instead of moving forward, which is like actually what you should do, is take one step in front of the other and then try to find the way out. And maybe you'll go the wrong way and you'll have to turn around, you'll have to backtrack or whatever. But like, to get out of the tunnel, you actually have to like start taking steps. But what we do in this tunnel of life, in this tunnel of being stuck, what we actually do is we just stand there in a tunnel and we say, hello, somebody help me. Can somebody help me out of this tunnel? Can you move me out of this tunnel? Can somebody tell me how to get out of this tunnel? And like, you're alone in the tunnel. Like, no one's coming to help you out of the tunnel. Like, you actually are the only one that can help yourself out of the tunnel. So it gets tricky, but I think what I did eventually was I realized that if I wanted out of the tunnel, I actually just had to start walking. And so that's kind of like the message that I wanted to give to the person in my comments, in my DMs or in my comments on that post I made. And it was really just like, I think I said something like, you're going to remember this conversation after your Saturn returns. You're going to remember this conversation in your 30s. And I hope by then you have read the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza at least once, hopefully more. And I hope that when you remember this conversation, you look back at how far you've come and you're really proud. And like, that's all I can wish for this person. And that's why I created a program like Break the Matrix, because this belief that we just have to stand in the darkness is not real. And it's not true. And I'm proof of that. You know, I don't stand in tunnels. When I feel like I'm in the darkness, when I feel like I'm stuck, I move. I don't let myself just sink. Like, it's like quicksand, right? Like if you just like fight, like, well, I guess with quicksand, if you stop moving, you don't go down farther. But if you fight it, you sink. But okay, if you fight it though, you have a chance of getting out. If you don't, you're either just going to stay stuck or you're just not going to move. And like, that doesn't sound fun for me. Like, I want out, even if it means that I have to work hard, even if it means that I have to like be tired, even if that means that I, am uncertain or scared or triggered, right? Like, one of the best things I ever did was turn all of my triggers into transformational opportunities. One of the best things I've ever done is realize that I am actually in charge of my future and I'm in charge of my path, and you are too. And so that's why I created this program. That's why I'm so excited to start it tomorrow. That's why I do all of which I do. Like, I didn't start this business just because I want to be like the best coach in the coaching industry. I actually like don't care about being the best coach in the coaching industry. I feel like I already am one of the best coaches in the coaching industry, but it's not my goal. Like, my goal is just to make sure that people realize that they don't have to follow the same rules that they followed their whole life, that you don't have to live in your conditioning. And if you're willing to be a little bit uncomfortable, you can get out of it. And if you're willing to start to like view fear a little bit differently, you can get out of it. And the good news is, like, you do have somebody there with you in the darkness, because I have sat in that same tunnel you've sat in, and I have actually figured the way out. And that's what I want to help you do as well. But if you just stand there and you just scream that you want out of the tunnel, no one's coming to help you out. The only way you get out is if you start moving. So maybe you don't know what you want to do. Maybe you feel like, you are doing nothing that has anything to do with your passions right now. And all you want to do is like find what you're passionate about. You're not going to figure that out if you just stand still. The only way you're going to figure it out is if you start moving and you start taking steps in that direction. And maybe it works. Maybe immediately you go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And you turn it into a huge business and life opens up for you. Maybe not. Maybe you take a few steps in that direction, you try something and you're like, maybe this actually isn't what I want to do. Well, great. Now you have one more thing that doesn't work and you can keep moving. But like I said, if you stay paralyzed and you just stay on this like zombie train of hustle and grind and, trading your time for money and hanging your worth on your productivity, it's not going to get any better. It's not going to change. Nothing's going to change unless you change. And the way that you change is by deciding that you're going to get out of the tunnel and you're just going to start moving. And if you're ready to do that, then that is why Break the Matrix exists. And that is what I'm here for. And that is why we have a 12-month payment plan, so that it is accessible and available. And yes, it might still be a stretch, but everything that is good is going to stretch you. Everything that's good is going to stretch you. It's not going to feel, there's this very common misconception that when you find something that you love, I love my business, I love my job, I love what I do for a living. Do I love all of it? No, I don't love all of it. Do some of it annoy me? Yeah, all the time. Do sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough? Yeah, of course. But like, everything is contraction and expansion. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know which step to take out of this tunnel, because like, what if it's the wrong direction? It might be the wrong direction. It might scare you. You might run into some ghosts, but like, it's better that you do that and you have those experiences than just staying still and like staying afraid, because although staying in the same spot feels comfortable, like, it's not sustainable long term. And that is what I hope you realize. So with that, I am going to live my best life. I'm going to sit by a pool today. I'm going to get a massage tomorrow. And then I'm going to dance to country music for the next 3 days in the desert. And I can't wait. And I'm going to write the whole thing off, because this is marketing and my business invests in great marketing. So with that, I will see you soon. Love you.